I got the bloodlust. Me too. I want to kill. Let's kill.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to The Bloodlust. This is your go-to podcast for classy broads talking horror since 2014. This is episode 277 of the program. Tonight we are talking about Caddo Lake. My name is Amy. I am your fearless leader, joined as always by my lovely and talented co-host Kay. Hello.
Hello, since 2025.
Since 2025. Oh, happy Memorial Day weekend. This will be coming out on Memorial Day, so happy Memorial Day to those listeners in the U.S. who celebrate. I hope you're having a lovely day not working, hopefully.
Enjoy your extra day off. Huzzah.
We're very excited about it. We've mentioned it many times this weekend. We have a whole nother day. We've said it a bunch of times. I'm going to be really sad tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
it'll just be like a Sunday.
The nice thing about a 3-day weekend, too, when it's a Monday off, is that your following week is shorter. Your work
Mathematically,
week, you only have to work
4 days.
Yeah, instead of 5, which is great.
Yeah.
So it's the gift that keeps on giving all week.
Do you have to still go into the office 3 days?
Yes.
Oh, so you lose a day from home.
Yes, but I know a lot of my coworkers are going to work from home, but we're not supposed to.
Ooh.
And they just pretend they don't understand.
So, read them and say their names. Put it out into the internet.
Looking at you, Jen and Patty.
Oh, Jen and Patty. Names that I've never heard before, so clearly they don't make a big appearance in your work.
Not so much, no. No. Anything else news-related that we've done to catch our listeners up on? You want to tell them about the door?
Oh, no.
So our previous foster dog, a couple of our foster dogs, a succession of foster dogs have systematically destroyed the door of our guest room. It was not a solid door. They ripped the whole back off of it. So it's just
I won't completely blame the puppy, but the puppy just did finish it off.
Yeah.
Finish the job.
What was started by Dougie was finished by Goulash.
Yeah, definitely.
So we've had a weird hanging half door for a while, and I found a door on like a Buy Nothing group.
Yeah, and so the puppy room is also our guest bedroom. So we were just like, we gotta get a door hanging up before either of our parents come to visit and they stay in the guest room. So I went out and I bought a belt sander and I sanded it and put on the trim so it looked like all the rest of the doors. I painted it. I put the hinges on. I put the handle on. I put it up, I hung it in the house, and it is 2 inches not wide enough. Apparently, interior doors can be different sizes.
I did ask.
We're not talking about the fact that I did measure it and say, oh, good to go.
Yeah, I was like, maybe we should take the existing door off and measure it and make sure that they match. And Babe said, yeah.
Well, also, I didn't have an actual tape measure, and I was too lazy to walk to the garage and get it, so I was using a 12-inch ruler that happened to be in the office and just kind of like putting my finger at the end and then scooting it over.
I still feel like that should have told you that it was not the right size. Anyways, long story short, listeners, we have a door that is 2 inches too narrow, just hanging there right now.
It is still hanging.
It's there.
It's been there for a week and a half now.
Yeah, and the old door is sitting in the backyard.
I fancy myself a handyman.
That's right.
And I don't care who says otherwise.
I would never dream of saying otherwise, because I certainly couldn't do it.
It looked so good.
You did a really nice job on the trim and everything.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Maybe someone would like to have it now and give it away.
Give it away.
So, listeners, you might remember from our last episode that we're going to, in lieu of a traditional roundtable question for the beginning of our episodes, we're going to kind of talk about a classic movie that I've made Kay watch for horror movie homework.
Oh, that's a cute name.
Yeah.
Horror movie homework.
So, in this episode, we're going to talk about, briefly, The Bad Seed, which I suggested as one of the movies because I really like it, and also because Kay is always a sucker for a movie that has a kid in it.
Even if the kid's a little brat.
And wasn't she?
She
Wasn't
really,
just-
truly was.
Yeah.
Oh, Mommy, you're so beautiful. I've got the prettiest mommy in the whole world.
She really knew how to push those buttons.
I mean, would it work on me? Yes. Yes, it would.
Absolutely.
I'm very vain. Tell me I'm beautiful. Oh.
So this movie is from 1956. It was adapted from a stage play, which you can very much tell.
Yes.
And in keeping with that, it has a lot of really strong performances and a lot of fun monologues.
Definitely. Especially my favorite, definitely. I think I said this to you of if I ever had to perform a monologue before or again, then I would pick the mom who had lost her son's first monologue when she came in. She was a little drunk.
I'm a little drunk.
She's a little drunk, but the range in it, oh, it was beautiful.
Wonderful. I love her. Every time she's on screen, she's amazing.
Yeah, we'll have to watch more movies with her.
Yeah. And I really also liked the actress who plays the mom in this, the mom of Rhoda.
Yeah, she's got some great facial action.
She really conveys a lot non-verbally, and I thought her performance was she's a great anchor for us. She seems to be very decent and worried about the soul of her child.
Right.
So you enjoyed that one?
I did. I liked that it slowly was dawning on Mom that it was her daughter that was committing all of these heinous acts. And yeah, just her realization that it's coming from within the house. Oh no. And what she's going to do with this child, and her husband's away. And so she's got to, have this all on her plate, and her confidant, which is the neighbor from upstairs, is just so infatuated with the child that like there's no telling her anything. So.
Oh, hell no. And she seemed to be the exact same actress and playing the same character as the woman in Night of the Hunter, who was the confidant for Shelley Winters' character.
Right.
Urging her to get married after her husband's been dead for a week. And I also liked the weird groundskeeper in this, and his weird relationship with Rhoda, and him being the only one who really catches on to what she did other than Mom. And I also really like the nature versus nurture conversation that goes on through this, where, because we find out that Rhoda's grandma is a famous murderess.
Right. And I didn't really get a lot from Mom of like the bad seed being in her. I don't know if it just skips a generation.
Who knows?
Or it really is nature versus nurture. Like,
well, I never really thought that anyone had come down on either side of this issue definitively. I mean, I was a psychology major. I kind of thought that the jury was out.
Yeah.
And we just watched one of the episodes of season 2 of The Last of Us, and Catherine O'Hara's therapist character is talking to who? Like to Joel or something? Like when he's saying, I hope I didn't, or was it talking to Joel's brother? I think it was talking to Joel's brother and saying, oh no, it's 100% nature or whatever.
Right.
Remember?
Yeah.
I thought that was weird. And it made me think of The Bad Seed, which we had just watched. So what do you think you'd rate The Bad Seed?
I think that it was very well acted. I liked the plot line. I liked how horrible that child was.
What about the ending?
Well, I don't remember it.
Do you
so
remember?
That's not great.
Okay. Well, we can spoil it. It's a very old movie.
I was gonna watch it tomorrow. Pause it right now.
At the end, Rhoda's pretty much, you think Mom has poisoned her and is going to kill herself. And she tries both of those things, but she's unsuccessful.
Right.
So Mom survives. She's in the hospital. Rhoda survives. She's fine.
I don't really understand how
Mom shot herself and didn't die.
Mess up a gunshot wound to the head, but
it does happen.
Yeah.
So Rhoda just goes off to play. Everything's fine, and she gets struck by lightning. So in the movie, they make it like, oh, God has stepped in and righted his wrong of creating this horrible bad seed.
Yeah, he was not paying attention for the first 8 years, but
that's right.
He he was like, oh, shit, I guess I gotta do something about this.
But then they also have this coda at the end where they bring everybody back and they all do like a curtain call and they have mom like spanking or pretending to spank Patty McCormick, Rhoda.
Yeah. I don't understand what happened there.
I think it was kind of like the movie studio probably said, like, we have to put something in here because it's not normal to show a child having
Just
doing this
killed.
stuff, first of all, being the perpetrator and also being killed. So it was weird, and I think it only was a product of it being 1956. I would
Don't worry, these were just actors.
Right.
Everything's fine.
Right, which is very strange, but wouldn't it have been a cool movie if mom had actually poisoned her daughter and shot herself?
Yeah. I mean,
I wonder if that's what the stage play.
that's what
how
I was
it
just going to
ends.
say. I wonder if the play has a definitive answer.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, what would you rate it?
I don't know. Hi. Like, probably a 4.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like The Bad Seed. So that's our horror homework for this episode.
I got an A.
Yeah, you did. And you rated very highly, and that's good. So that means I got an A.
Yeah.
So, listeners, if you have a classic horror film that you'd like us to watch, revisit, and talk about on this segment of the podcast, you are welcome to submit them to us.
Yeah, if you have any recommendations about the old school monsters, I've been listening to a documentary about some of the actors that were in the old school monster movies, Dracula and Frankenstein and things like that. And that's not necessarily Amy's forte. So if you are if you have ones that I should watch first or whatever, give us a shout out on those.
What's the name of the show?
You must remember this. It's not always.
Yeah.
Yeah. This season just happened to be about
It's about Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff particularly, right?
those two. Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
I
their
don't
makeup
have a
artist.
whole lot of...
Yeah.
Right, and his name's Jack something.
Jack Pierce.
Jack Pierce. And there's a documentary about him.
Right.
Although
the maker of monsters.
I have not been able to find it on streaming yet.
Right.
Oh, wait, no,
It was
did.
on
It
Amazon
was on...
for like $1.99 or
right,
something.
Right. I just couldn't find it for free.
Right.
So yeah, I have a pretty big blind spot when it comes to like the Universal horror monster movies. So, I mean, I've seen Bride of Frankenstein. I think that's it.
Well, there's like 6 other ones in that franchise alone.
I know. I know. So, Bride of Frankenstein is the only one that's really critically acclaimed. So my snobby ass only watched that one.
Yeah. Oh, no, they mentioned that.
Oh, do they?
They're not claiming that these are all
They're
great
great.
masterpieces. Sure.
When I was little, I had a book about the Universal monsters and the makeup that they used and stuff, and it had like things for kids to make their own like homemade versions of those. It was cool. I tried it, and I didn't get any of them to work very well. But
Did they recommend tearing one off in a drunken fury and getting some of your forehead torn off of it as well? Because that was in the podcast.
Wow, really? Wow.
Angry drunks.
Man, why are so many of the old... I guess because it was a rough business, man.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, it was before any of the unions, too. So they were just working freaking 16-hour days on top of 5 hours of makeup on and 5 hours of makeup off. So it was just like a crazy shoot.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know which one I'd like to watch is Spider Baby, which is a weird Jack Hill movie with Sid Haig, who you don't know, but he's in a lot of like Rob Zombie's movies and stuff. And he was also in some other Jack Hill movies, like I think he's in Foxy Brown. He's in The Big Birdcage. Anyway, there's a movie called Spider Baby that he's in, that Boris Karloff is in, and it's a little later in his career when he was just doing like B movies.
He was doing B movies the whole time.
I guess you're right. I guess you're right.
Not to be an asshole, that's just how they put out movies back in the day, because they would do a double feature. There would be an A movie that cost X amount to make, and then a B movie that they would also star in so that they could fill up the theaters and have double features.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know what B-movie really came from.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Thanks for teaching me something.
I listened to a podcast series.
All right. Should we get started talking about Caddo Lake?
Let's do it.
Okay. This is going to be hard to talk about. This movie was produced by M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, was it?
Which is not surprising in retrospect. And I think that it's going to be one that we don't get to get into the plot a whole lot in our initial review.
There's a lot of spoilies.
So even talking about the type of movie it is a spoiler.
Right. I didn't know that it was
That type of movie.
Right.
I didn't either.
But I think it was very successful.
So do I. All right. So we're agreed that we're going to keep it really vague for the beginning.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what we're going to talk about.
It's going to be hard. All right, let's do the stats first. Caddo Lake is rated PG-13, which is kind of a novelty for us. We don't get to do those very often.
Bring your kids.
Yeah. It is 1 hour and 43 minutes long. It was written and directed by Logan George and Celine Held. Those two have directed several episodes of the show The Servant, which is M. Night Shyamalan's TV show, which also stars Lauren Ambrose, who is in this. Also starring Dylan O'Brien and Eliza Scanlon. This was released on streaming. It never had a theatrical release. It went straight to HBO Max October 10th, 2024. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 76.
Ooh.
Oh, me. 76% fresh rating with critics and a 79% fresh rating with the audience.
Not PG-13 no more.
No.
Oh, wow.
This is going to be a hard one to explain, too, so I found a good synopsis, and I'm going to read it, if you don't mind, listeners. In Louisiana, near the border of Texas, the mother of a young man named Paris has a seizure and falls off a bridge while driving her car with her son. He saves himself, but is not able to rescue his mother, who disappears in Caddo Lake. The titular Caddo Lake. In a house near the lake, teenager Ellie lives with her mother Celeste, her stepfather Daniel, and her 8-year-old stepsister Anna. I also like this synopsis because it has all their names, so I don't have to try and remember them. Ellie has arguments with her mother because of her father that she never knew, who disappeared, and she questions whether he's really dead. When Anna disappears in Caddo Lake, Sheriff Taylor organizes a search party to look for her. Meanwhile, Paris is researching why his mother had seizures when the water level was low in the lake. Ellie decides to look for Anna in the lake and finds a mystery.
Dun, dun, dun.
So we kind of have two dueling plot lines, one with Ellie and one with Paris.
Now, before we move on, did you want to emphasize that titular because you're making this a sex podcast now? Okay, keep going. Nothing.
Titular.
That's right.
Right. So, yes, we have dueling plot lines. Paris trying to figure out what happened to his mom.
Like, an insane amount of work.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like someone who already has, like, a seizure condition, I feel like I would just be like, okay, the doctor said she had a seizure. She shouldn't have been driving. That's why she died.
Right.
But he won't have it.
Right. And then Ellie, who just is a teenager and fights with her mom all the time.
Right.
And her sister misses her.
Yeah.
So her little sister goes missing. She's trying to figure out where she's gone. Both she and Paris find a weird anomalous spot in the woods where, I don't know, we get weird sound effects. They start trembling. Something happens. The color changes.
Yeah.
But we don't understand what. Presumably it has something to do with mom's accident and with sister's disappearance.
Right.
So that is the setup. What did you think of the movie, babe?
I liked it. Not only because I figured it out before you again.
Yeah. It's the number one thing in my notes.
But yeah, I think that the premise was really fun to follow. And I think it tied up in a nice little bow at the end. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too. I I generally have a issue with this type of movie because I feel like there are logical inconsistencies that end up bothering me.
Right.
But this one doesn't really have that. We watched it a second time, not super closely, but we watched it a second time, and it holds up, I thought. I enjoyed that it doesn't play like... First of all, this isn't a horror movie.
Right.
We should point that out. And it's very vague as to what type of movie it is. And it is categorized genre-wise in horror, but I wouldn't put it there. It's not scary. It is suspenseful. It doesn't have...
Kills.
It doesn't have any violence. There is one scene of gore, but it's very mild. I'm just thinking the gator.
Oh, yeah.
It's just kind of a prop. There is a very cute dog in it, and the dog does not get killed.
Doesn't get hurt.
As soon as I saw this dog, I was like, if they hurt that fucking dog.
Amy was ready to flip the table.
I was ready to put my letterbox down a half star right away. But they didn't.
And I said, not yet. They might also show Dong, and then it'll just be negated.
That's right. I'm trying to think if there's been a movie where they show Dong and they kill the dog and it's just a wash, but I can't think of one. Anyway, I also enjoyed... Like I said, it doesn't really read as a genre movie, and it doesn't read as the particular genre that it ends up being. And they emphasize more the human drama and the interpersonal relationships in this than the actual genre elements.
Right.
And I like that about it.
It is a thinker, though. It keeps you guessing. Your brain's working the whole time of trying to figure out why is this happening? Wait, how is this working out? So I like that about it. It's not like a very passive movie where you can just sit there and eat popcorn and half pay attention. Like, there's things happening throughout the whole thing.
It also doesn't overly explain, which I like. It doesn't feel the need to get into the nitty-gritty of why things are happening.
Right.
We're just meant to accept that they're happening.
Yeah, and I didn't have a problem with that.
I don't have a problem with that either. In fact, I like it. It gets a little bit explainy at the very end, and I do wish that they had maybe shown that to us, revealed that to us in a little bit more sophisticated way than they do, but we can talk about that later. I liked that the people in this were lower middle class.
Yeah.
I find that we don't see that as often in movies, and I liked that they just had normal people houses and that they were, their dishware didn't match and that they drive normal cars.
Well, that was a plot point.
Yeah, it was.
She would have had matching dishware and not had people eating off of paper plates if the daughter didn't break them the last time she left the house. Teenagers.
Teenagers. That's true. I enjoyed that Lauren Ambrose was in this from 6 Feet Under. That's what I know her from. She was also on The Servant, like I said.
Which character is
She
that?
plays Ellie's mom.
Okay. Yeah, I like her.
They didn't give her a whole lot to do, but when she was in it, she was good.
Yeah.
I also thought that Eliza Scanlon, that's Ellie, I thought she was a pretty good actress. I liked her. I didn't think that Dylan O'Brien was super great, but they also didn't give him a lot to do.
He's a hunk. He can get away with it.
He's very cute, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he might have been on Teen Wolf.
Say that again.
Oh.
One more time for the audience.
Teen Wolf. Listeners, I say wolf funny, and Kay makes fun of me for it. We talk about Dick Wolf a lot because...
I love SVU.
Yeah, and I love Original Recipe Law and Order. And so we sing the song, but we sing Dick Wolf, do 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 do. And Kay makes fun of me because evidently I don't say the L very hard.
He doesn't pronounce the L in wolf, so it's always woof.
Dick Wolf, Dick Wolf.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
No one could do better.
I didn't think the child actor was very good at all.
Yeah. She didn't really have a lot to play
Yeah,
either.
but every line reading she did was terrible. I wish,
Cut her out.
I wish she stayed gone the whole time.
I wish she'd never even returned. You are so mean to child actors.
I'm sorry. When they're good, they're good. But when they're
Why
bad,
don't you perform like an adult? Why don't you have the experience of an adult?
There's a lot of cool attention to detail in this. A lot of little interesting things that you can put together.
Yeah.
That I liked. And a lot that I didn't pick up on, that Kay picked up on, that then I was embarrassed. But, you know, it's nice to have somebody else with you who's pointing these things out. I would rate this a 3.5. I definitely recommend it. If you like movies where you have to figure out what's going on.
Right.
A mystery where you're not given a whole lot to work with at first. I think that you'd probably like this.
Yeah, I'll meet you at 3.5. It definitely didn't have it. I don't know. I just don't know how to classify it. It's not like a thriller. It's not horror.
It's kind of a thriller.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, there aren't really, like, big climactic scenes. There kind of is, a little bit.
Yeah.
But no. No, I don't know.
I guess it's just
it's
more
a mystery.
like... it's a mystery. It's confusion and then satisfaction when you get it all put together.
And triumph when you realize that you called it really early.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a super predictable movie and I'm just stupid.
I don't think that's it. But maybe. Listeners, write in. At what point did you get it?
Yeah, I would like to know that. It did have some weird sound cues in it that we pointed out at the time.
Yeah.
Some stingers at random times when they really were not warranted at all. It was very bizarre.
I could not get behind how many effect cues they had when they found that one part in the swamp. It was like, it was lights flashing, it was sound cue, it was like the womp womp feeling
right
on top of the sound cue. It was like
the bleeding ears
trembling,
that's never addressed, the shaking.
Ears. It was just like, okay, I get it. Something's happening.
Right. It was like they couldn't figure out how to signify it, so they thought of 8 ways.
We'll just throw 8 of them at the wall. They'll get it.
They'll get it. Yeah, 3.5. I definitely recommend this. It's streaming on HBO Max, which is back to HBO Max, so I'm glad that I didn't just start saying Max.
Or else everyone would be confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would shame me. I held out, and look.
And look.
I thought it was cool, and I want to talk about some spoilers.
Yeah, let's get into the spoilers so we could be less vague.
And be less vague, yeah. But we both recommend it. Okay, spoiler time. It's a time travel movie.
Yeah, I don't think that I would have gotten it as quickly if they didn't make the main characters redheads.
Redheads?
Yeah, because that was my first cue. It was just like, how are there 3 redheads in this one town? This is crazy.
Because it was definitely a small town.
Yeah. So, also I thought that they did a good job with subtle clothing cues. That helped me a lot to figure out that they had switched times. Like, they went into the forest in one outfit and then came out of the scene that they went back in time. They were still wearing the outfit from days later. So I was just like, time travel. I see. I get what's happening. Also, glad that there was only 3 eras that they were going to, because I think any more than 3, my brain probably couldn't have juggled it as easily.
There were more.
Oh, well,
because the wolves were there. I mean, I guess they could have been in the 50s. Yeah, I suppose. Because they have some cute little cues where they had wolves that are now extinct in that area. People had been seeing wolves.
Yeah.
And people had also, including this little sister, had been catching these moths.
Right.
That are now extinct.
Right.
Yeah, I liked how little science there was in this. It just was a weird place where you could jump into different spots in time.
When the water was low.
When the water was low for some reason. I don't think they ever really clearly explained how it was related to Mom's seizures.
I don't think it was. I think that it was a red herring that she had seizures, and that's what they could blame it on. But it was, they just happened to be driving over the part of the lake that made her convulse and drive off. Not convulse, but made her shake and drive off. Because they were going through the time warp. But the doctors explained it away, and no one else looked into it because she had the precondition.
Right. I feel like time travel movies can get frustrating to me because they break my brain a little bit, and I start to be like, but that doesn't make any sense. How could that be? Movies like Arrival have confused me in that way. And I mean, I like Arrival and I think it's really interesting, but the time travel aspect of it is weird to me. The time travel aspect of Donnie Darko is weird to me. There's a lot of time travel movies that I feel like, but it just doesn't make sense. But this one, I feel like, it works pretty well.
Yeah, because they didn't talk about why it works.
Yeah, I guess so.
Or how it works.
And the less you go into it, the better, I think.
Yeah.
There's a scene where Paris and his girlfriend are trying to have a heart-to-heart talk, and their dog keeps barking in the distance, and that made me think about us and how we...
Yeah.
Our lives.
Leave it! I was like, oh, how many times a day do I say that?
So, what happens in it? It's going to be hard to explain. You want to try?
So...
First, the girl goes missing. That's got to be the first thing, right?
Sure. I mean, I guess it depends on what timeline you're in. Because everyone starts off with someone missing. No, that's not true. Okay, so the sister goes missing. And what actually happens is she was trying to meet up with her sister who had gone to her friend's house for the evening because she's in a fight with her parents. And so sister tries to follow her and gets through this time warp and can't get out.
And somehow she gets stabbed with a piece of wood.
Yeah, I don't know about that. She's just on the ground when Paris finds her.
Right.
Impaled.
And then he pulls the wood out like an idiot.
Oh, yeah, I don't know why that didn't gush more. That was a trunk injury.
It was huge.
You can't just, you gotta leave that in.
But anyway.
So, yeah, he pulls it out and he runs to the road and finds someone and hands her off and says, take her to the doctor. However, it is in the 50s time frame. So instead of being in 2022, where she was lost, she gets put back into the 50s, and then she ends up growing up in the 50s and then ends up becoming her sister's grandmother.
Yeah, because she gives birth to the guy who rescued her.
Right.
And then she grows up and grows old and dies, and Ellie finds out. And that's the part that I feel like I wish they could have done it a different way.
I didn't mind her little speech to Mom saying...
No, I liked that.
They didn't mean to leave us. They were trying to get home to us.
Right, because Mom actually sees him.
Right. Yeah. And she... I'm glad that she did see him because she wouldn't have...
Believed her daughter
at all.
Right.
Yeah.
And she also tells her daughter that her dad left her for another woman, which she had never revealed before. And it wasn't another woman, it was her.
Right. And that also helped Ellie understand what was going on because it was like verbatim. Like I saw the other woman. You were screaming. You were a little baby. I told her that I just wanted him to come home. I won't be mad at him. And then like a couple scenes later, we get that exact same, speech while she's handing out flyers for her missing husband, boyfriend, whatever they were.
Right. So it's good closure for everybody but Paris. He gets to figure out what happened to his mom, but he he ends up jumping off a bridge and dying.
Yeah. Well.
Because he couldn't escape back to the woods because the flood came and then it doesn't work anymore.
Right. It's only when it's in a drought year.
Except, was it a drought when his mom went over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't think mom, like, got zapped away into another time, do we? She just drowned under there, right? They said they didn't find her body, though, right?
I guess potentially she could be in a car somewhere.
I don't know. But yeah, this one didn't bother me with the weird inconsistencies. The weird time travel inconsistencies. I kind of liked it. Although the 8-year-old would have probably had some really crazy stories. I don't know. Are we to assume she just kept him to herself?
Yeah, I mean, even just the clothes that she was wearing. Like, when did we invent
a cotton poly blend? And Crocs.
I think cotton poly was around in the 50s.
Was it? I don't know when polyester came out. It seemed like everything became polyester in the 70s.
I don't know.
You're the one who's a fashion major. Shouldn't you know this?
I don't know that she was wearing polyester. She was wearing a hoodie and some leggings.
Okay.
I was mostly talking about the leggings.
Yeah, they probably didn't have no leggings back then. Some of the accents in this were tough. Southern accents are tough.
I didn't mind any.
No?
I don't recall.
Paris's accent was a little tough for me. At times.
I don't care about that.
Tell them about that documentary you watched today. About the weird town in Australia.
Oh.
Talking about accents.
Well, it was a town in Australia, and there was 11 people in the whole town. Just 11 of them. And then one gets murdered. So then there's 10. But yeah, it was insane. The guy that went missing, no one really liked him to begin with, so kind of put a lot of suspects on the table. And yeah, no one was very secretive about the fact that they didn't really like him that much. So it could have been the lady making Australian meat pies. Someone was making Sweeney Todd references and putting it around her pie shop.
I bet.
And the bar started selling meat pies and saying that they were the best meat pies in town when her place was already established. It was crazy. I recommend it. I don't remember what it was called. No.
Yeah, my only, my critique with the end of the movie is that I wish that they had come up with a little bit better way other than her finding out by looking on a computer.
Last Stop Laramie.
It's called Last Stop Laramie, that documentary. Thank you, honey.
Yeah, you got it.
And it's on Max.
HBO Max. Please don't
HBO
just call
Max.
it Max.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my gosh, they'll never know what you're talking about.
Ouch. Do you know what I mean, though? Wouldn't it have been cooler if, I guess she wouldn't have been alive. She could have been alive. Still. They could have, found her.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think that we needed that.
Then again, if she was alive at that time, she would have tried to find them.
She would have been
or run into them.
She would have been at Mom's gathering that the baby, the original one, went missing from. It was like a big gathering of the church congregation. Grandma would have been there.
Wouldn't Grandma have been you look just like, I don't know. I guess this one does break my brain a little bit. Fucking time travel movies.
Time travel.
But that's why time travel just doesn't make any sense and isn't possible. But
Yeah.
there's been a lot of cool movies about it. If you don't think that hard about them.
You just gotta follow along and just be like, yep, this is what the movie's telling me.
Right. I want to recommend a couple of other movies that are related to this one. One is called Beyond the Infinite 2 Minutes, which is about a time travel. It's a time travel movie about people being 2 minutes ahead. They can travel to 2 minutes ahead or 2 minutes behind. It's very good and very funny and very weird, and reminded me a lot of Everything Everywhere All at Once in its weirdness. I also wanted to recommend a movie that is not great, but I really liked the premise, and it kind of reminded me of this. It's called The Corridor. It's a lot lower budget than this one. It's a pretty low budget movie, but it's also about a weird anomalous spot in the woods that affects people. But it affects them in really weird ways.
Are either of them Shyamalan?
No.
Well.
They're not. But yes, you can definitely tell this is a Shyamalan-produced movie. I feel kind of bad that our last two reviews haven't been very long, but there's not a ton. With this one, we just couldn't talk too much about it.
Right.
But I think this would be a good movie for teens
Yeah.
and younger kids to watch.
Not 12. Oh, goodness, not 12, but 13. Go for it.
Yeah. I think this would be a good one to watch with younger kids, because there's very little of anything, peril or anything. It's just an interesting mystery.
Even the alligator splicing, I just don't understand. Because it spliced the rope
Right.
when the water came back and the drought was over and the portal closed. But the drought was going on, so why would the alligator get spliced?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't understand that part. Maybe
Right.
the wolves ate it, but it looked so clean.
No, it was clean. They
Yeah.
made a point to say that it was clean.
Yeah. I don't know. I saw something pointed out that Ellie's paddle was even like cut with a straight line. So I don't know. They were trying to tell you that happens, and we're trying to show you that the alligator, was a victim of it too. But I don't understand when.
Right.
Let us know if you do. That's what we think of Caddo Lake. We both recommend that you see it. 3.5s from both of us. Let us know what you thought.
And the next one's going to be at the theater.
That's right.
Yay!
For the next movie, we are going to be reviewing Bring Her Back.
Bring her back.
What are their names, the brothers? The Philippou brothers.
The what? You made that up.
No, Danny and Michael Philippou.
Philippou.
Yeah. Did you see Talk to Me?
Poor things.
But they're having a great career. Don't feel
Yeah,
bad for them.
But they must have gotten made fun of so much in school.
Possibly, yes.
Sorry, go on.
Did you see Talk to Me, the one about the hand and the kids did the, I think we saw that
Yeah.
together. Well, this is the same people that made that.
Oh, I liked that.
I like that too. And it also stars Sally Hawkins, who is a good actress that I like. And we'll probably add a little gravitas to everything, because the last one was all teens. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I tend to be more interested in horror that does not revolve around children and teens.
We get it. You hate children.
I'm old.
We get it.
I'm sorry. Just
They're just not very good
The
or
angst-
smart.
the angst of teens does not interest me anymore.
Yeah, because you're so far away from it.
Yeah, because I don't even remember what it was like to be a teenager.
Right.
I'm so very old.
Well, not me. I'm very young.
Right.
So it still resonates with me.
I see. Well, that's the divide between us. The gulf of 9 years. In other news, I read Black Hole by Charles Burns. It's a graphic novel. It's a body horror story about something that they call the bug. It's a sexually transmitted disease that is plaguing teens in this Seattle
Fucking teens.
or rural Washington town. I really liked it. It's really interesting and kind of dreamlike and surreal, and but also very filled with very gritty, realistic kind of teen angst. Again, I don't mind it if it's done well. It's not my favorite.
To watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been listening to a little Agatha Christie.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
What story are you listening to?
Always with the names of things.
I'm sorry, people want to know.
The Mysterious Affair at Styles. Because I was listening to a
A podcast?
Yeah, but it was about poison. Strychnine.
Okay.
I was listening to a podcast about strychnine, and then they mentioned Agatha Christie novel that used strychnine, and then I was just like, you know what? I've never experienced an Agatha Christie anything, so let's do this. And so I started with that one, and they have a twofer on the library app. So I got 2 books for one download, which is important because you can only download 10 audiobooks per month. And I go through them basically one a day. So
Right.
gotta be judicious in my selections.
Is it good?
Yeah, once I got used to the way that they convey to the audience what's happening, then I started liking it a lot more.
What do you mean?
Because the way that they show the detective, he's like very much, he'll ask a question to do some detective work, and then he'll just be like, I see, and then he'll be done. And it's up to his like tag along to be like, now what just happened there? and then the detective's like, I guess you didn't notice that this, and this, and this happened. So that's kind of how they move the narration along, and it kind of makes you feel dumb. But you get used to it.
It sounds like Sherlock Holmes. It's that they follow the same kind of pattern where it's just like, what? Oh, it's clear to me. Okay. Okay, so he has a little Dr. Watson too that he talks to, a sidekick.
Yeah, I haven't decided if this one is just because he happened to be in the house or if they are going to be together. I'll keep you posted once I hear the second book.
Okay.
If this sidekick comes along or if he just kind of talks that way to
whoever's nearby.
whomever.
Okay, I see. Excellent. Well, I guess that's it. I guess that wraps up this episode. We would love for you to give us a rating or a review on your podcast app of choice. It helps other people to find us. Also, tell your friends and other people who need horror recommendations.
Tell a stranger. Just scream it.
It'd be weird. If you want to be weird, it's none of my business. You can write to us at thebloodlust.net. That's our website. You can leave a comment on one of the episodes, or you can just contact us through the Contact Us form. You can send us an email to thebloodlustpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Threads. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. I'm excited for the next movie. I hope it's scary. I liked Talk to Me. I didn't find it as scary as other people did, but I liked it. This one looks really cool.
And I like popcorn.
Yeah, and slushies. And heated seats.
And reclined heated seats.
Yeah. So we do hope that you go to the theaters sometime after the 30th, see this movie, bring her back. Join us in 2 weeks, and we will discuss it.
Talk to you later. Smell you later.
Smell you later.
Bring her back.
Until next time, this has been episode 277, and I have been Amy.
And I'm Kay.
Thank you, good night, and hail Satan.
Hail him.
Hail him.
Hail him.